Hello, everyone. I'm Manjula Harikrishna. I'm the program manager for community building at India Bioscience. So, if you have not turned on your video yet, may I request you to please turn it on so that we can see who is, trying to apply for the IOG and who are interested in the IOG grants. So, that will be great. Thank you. And I welcome you all to today's informational webinar on 5th India Bioscience Outreach Grant. This is also live streamed on the YouTube. So in case if you have any technical issue or you're not able to, uh, you know, uh, uh, see anything or hear, so this will be recorded and you can also see it on our website as well. So I will just try to give an overview of what we'll be discussing in today's webinar. I'll be giving brief introduction to India Bioscience to those who are new to our platform, and I'll be giving you an introduction to the India Bioscience outreach grants, how it started, and how you can apply for the grants. And I would like also give you guidelines of how, what are the things you need to know for applying for the 5th India Bioscience outreach grants, and what to expect after you apply. And there will be a dedicated Q&A session, so you can hold on to all your questions that you wanted to ask, and you can get it clarified during the Q&A sessions. I also request you can add your questions in the Q&A box in the chat window, so we can take that up during the Q&A sessions. So yeah. So just to give you an brief introduction to what India Bioscience is. India Bioscience is a program which is majorly supported by the DBT, and we are housed at India Bioscience, but we work pan-India. It's an organization that works to strengthen the life science community by being a catalyst to promote the change. And we work with industry, academia, and industry at various levels to bring about these different changes in the life science ecosystem. For this, we engage with the researchers and life science professionals, educators, and students. And yeah, so there are 7 major mandates we work with. So that is networking and mentorship, skill building, education, community building, science communication, digital initiatives, and data and policy. So the India Bioscience outreach comes under the community building initiative or the mandate. There are different modes of engagement and website, because we work mostly digital. We have a dedicated website, www.indiabioscience.org, and we have different webinars, and you can see the different articles, opinion pieces that go up on the website. Every week there will be a fresh look to our website, and we conduct a lot of webinars that you might have already seen. That is through India Bio Streams and podcast by India Bio Speaks, India Bio Reads. This is the resource compendium that we develop in house, and short video that you can see mostly on our social media, discourse as India Bio Snippets. So apart from being digital, we conduct a lot of networking meetings and workshops and skill building sessions and talks. We give various talks at different events. You might have seen different team members attend those sessions and give talks there. So apart from that, so this is a small team. The so many verticals that are mandates that I mentioned is managed by and run by these different team members. I would like to mention that Arushi, who manages the digital initiative here, Ankita, science communication, Karishma, who is India Bioscience, and she has been also the awardee of first cohort of IOG India Bioscience outreach grants, and I lead the community building vertical. Rohini, who heads skill building, Shweta, who manages the accounts and finance. You'll get to hear from her as well in today's webinar related to accounts and finance and the UCs for this grant, and Vijeta, who manages the education vertical at India Bioscience. So this is a small team, but yeah. So Now without any further ado, let's move on to the India Bioscience outreach grants. So how it started and how you can apply for these grants. I would just like to give a brief introduction, like how it began. So India Bioscience outreach grants is one of a kind of outreach grant given in India, which is like to the early career scientists or the young investigators, we name them as, and by providing a seed funding of 1 lakh and 1.5 lakh to promote and bring their science outreach projects to for the broader societal benefits. So yeah, this started when in one of the flagship young investigator meeting, that is in 2018, when a group of young investigators attended the meeting. It was a 10th and a special meeting wherein they the young investigators who attended the meeting recommended that why don't we give a like a small grants for the YIs to take up the science outreach, to take up their science out of their lab. So this came out as an idea from there. And in the year 2020, we launched our first India Bioscience Outreach Grant, which was initially open for only the IMA alumni. Later, we opened up to the young investigators across India. So these were four different creatives from our four cycles. And this year we are in the fifth cycle of India Bioscience Outreach Grant. And I would like to say that to commemorate this fifth year, we designed this cool logo that you will see mostly in the outreach activities by these awardees, and you'll get to see more. And we would like to see that, how your projects can make an impact, and you can also use this logo in your outreach activities if you get awarded in this year's cycle. And there in these 4 years, the outcome from having this India Bioscience Outreach Grant is one of this resource booklet that we brought out recently. This is Dhwani, a compilation of resources for doing science outreach in India. And talks about various outreach initiative that has been growing each year, and how they could make impact. And there are different articles from our IOG awardees. We also did an impact analysis of India Bioscience Outreach Grant. So we have so far supported 25 grants. We have awarded 25 grants and given around 27.5 lakh to support these projects. And the projects are from Kashmir. The supported projects are from Kashmir to Kanyakumar. So it's been a pleasure to see these outreach initiatives which are thriving. And we are in the fifth cycle, and you can there are the modes of engagement. If we can see, there are different modes of engagement so far, and we would like to see some new and diverse outreach projects this year. And the another the outcome is that we have been uploading. There is a dedicated section on our website, so which hosts these resources from the IOG awardees. I mean, if you get the time, you can scan this QR code, go through these different initiatives that we have supported and how impactful these projects have been. So now let us get into the meat of the matter, that is the fifth India Bioscience Outreach Grants and how you can apply for these grants. So again, this grant is open. This opened on 14th June 2024, and it will close on 15th July. So here we are trying to support the young investigators who will be the lead applicant for this India Bioscience Outreach Grant, and we provide 1 lakh funding for the first time grant awardees, and up to 1.5 lakh for the extension awardees. We'll share more details about the guidelines soon. And yeah, this is the like who can apply. So you might have questions like, are these open for anybody? So this grant is open to only the young investigators who are within 8 years of starting their independent position in the institute from a government, academic, or educational not-for-profit organization. and you need to be affiliated to these organizations, and the YI can apply to only one project in the year, in one cycle. Sorry. Yeah. So the grant is given for a period of 1 year. So apart from if you would like to collaborate with the like other communities, like the students, educators, science communicators, illustrators, to help you to bring about the science outreach project, you can do so. But this is mostly open for the young investigator, because they are the uh, lead applicants of this proposal. And yeah, so extension grants, this is open to only the previous year awardees, the fourth India Bioscience Outreach Grants awardees from previous years. There are 5 awardees, so it is open to only 5 previous year awardees. And here the rest of the criteria remain the same. However, we are giving you 1.5 lakh as the funding here. So this is mostly, here we are trying to understand if you met all the objectives that you had laid out for the previous year grant, and how you have been planning to make this more sustainable. So that is what we are trying to see, and we would support those projects. And we have curated a list of questions that we thought might be useful for you. So FAQ section is there on the website. You can scan the QR code as well to answer some of the questions while you are applying for the grant. If you get some questions, so you can definitely visit that page as well. And what are we looking for? So each year there have been diverse and different ideas that people bring. So this year we are looking for the ideas which are original, impactful, and creative, that can impact the broader society in India. This The modes of engagement can be anything, like you can plan for in-person events, or programs that you can build some resources or virtual events, databases, books or compendium, and infographic. Sky's the limit. So you can just plan your modes of engagement, as well as what are the types of ideas that you want to bring to the table. But we have also compiled a list of ideas to inspire you. Again, these are just suggestions. So but you can, if you do not have any particular idea right now, but this will definitely inspire you. There is as already mentioned, Dhwani, so you can go through that. You can also have the outreach for health, science outreach for national and global challenges, science outreach for rural and tribal communities to facilitate the scientific and research community. And maybe anything apart from just the school outreach. So if anybody thinks about what is science outreach, they will just think about going and talking to only the students in the school. So this is about taking your science that you're doing to broader public, maybe health awareness, anything. But okay, okay, that's good. Okay, so how you can apply? So first time grants, here we have a QR, Google form that is already there on the website. So in the first time grants, what we you can, as a first time applicant, you can just have the basic details of the lead applicant, as well as the collaborators and co-applicants, and a letter of support from your host institute. This might be just to see that you are employed in that institute, and you have been working from less than 8 years as a YI. Title of the proposed outreach, expertise of the lead applicant in terms of outreach and not the publication per se. So yeah, a 3-page proposal that can include the outreach. You can briefly tell about your objectives, your timeline, the impact of your proposed outreach activity, and sorry. So apart from that, budget. So you need to have a detailed breakdown of the budget for the entire year. And if you can, this is optional again. If you can include a short explainer video or infographic, that can be to create an impactful application. So that is you are welcome to do so. So here is the Google form of that first time grants, application form. You can scan this QR code. Extension grant here, the rest of the things remain the same. About you can have the same project that you would like to set it up for the pan India initiative, or these how you will address these question justification, how will you provide the justification that you need the second round of this grant. So you need to have that ready, and you need to have all the activities achievements that you have achieved as part of your first time grants. I'll admit. Okay, again, explainer video is optional here. So yeah, you need to give add a 2-page of activities and the justification in the extension grants. Yeah, so apply before 15 July. So you need not wait until the last minute. So do apply early. So deadline is 15 July midnight. And yeah. So what happens, like after you have submitted the application, we have set up a selection committee that will go through all the application, and there are like external screening committee members, internal India Bioscience team members who will go through all your applications. What we look for is the originality or the novelty of the projects, the feasibility, if you are if you will be able to achieve this within a 1 year, and what is the impact that this project is going to cause to the society, or the to the broad society. And in the extension, we are seeing the scale up and the sustainability. So and the diversity of the project overall. So we will be awarding up to 5 first time grants and up to 2 extension grants, and the selected projects will be, or the like the lead applicants will be notified by end of August 2024. So once you once you are awarded the India Bioscience Outreach Grant, you will receive an email, and we will also announce it on our social media. And we will also send you a letter to acknowledge the award letter. So once that is done, once the fund transfer, so we will do 70% of the fund transfer once you to initiate your project, and the 30% will be done after you have completed the project, as a on a reimbursement basis. So after you submit your report and UCs. So apart from that, we also promote your projects on our social media, website, newsletter. So, and you get to be a part of this growing IOG community. We also publish the your outcomes of your project on our IOG page, and as a article or opinion pieces on our website, to inspire many other young investigators who are trying to do science outreach. So yes, now I will just open up the Q&A session. So uh, you can unmute yourself. Sorry, we will unmute you. You can just uh, type your questions, or raise. You can click on the raise your hand option. So we will unmute, and you can ask your questions. Yeah, I'll just stop sharing. Okay, all right. So do we have questions already in the chat box? Just go from the beginning.
Yes, we do, Manjula, and we've been trying to get at them as they are
Oh,
coming in
thank
at
you
a
so much.
rapid pace. We are working on them, but there are some raised hands. Ashwati, Vijay, Deepa, you can start taking them.
Okay, okay, yeah. I'll just unmute Aswati. Mhm. Okay, yeah. You can ask your question, Aswati.
Yeah, I think I'm Divarshini for some reason. I've been named as Ashwati, that doesn't matter. I just had one question. I saw for the first time grant applications, you said that you need a budget. Did I hear that correctly, or the
Oh,
budget is
yes,
not required?
that's right.
Because it was not there on the slide. That's why I got confused.
Oh, you need to have the budget, you know. So when you are proposing the project for 1 lakh rupee, so you need
Hmm.
to have the the proposed activities and estimated budget. That might not
Hmm.
be like accurate budget right now, but you need to
Hmm.
have estimated what are like you are going to give the payment to the freelancer to do a podcast. For that matter, you need to
Hmm.
know that budget, right? So, for
Yeah.
example, if you are like, in between when you are like, about to start the project, but then you do not have an idea how much it will take. So, for
Hmm.
example, if a video, developing a video might take, 50, 60,000, then
Yeah.
it is not worth it, right? So, you need to
Hmm.
have that idea, like, how much is this going to cost you? So,
Okay.
that is the reason we want to know that you have an idea how much estimation this project is going to cost and everything else. Yeah.
Okay. And that gets submitted along with a letter of NOC from your institute, along with
And
a project proposal, right?
that
That,
is the part of your like proposal,
yeah,
project
yeah.
proposal. Yeah.
And if I have not been a PI in the last 8 years, but I've worked in science communication, I am open to, I am eligible, I hope.
So but you are not currently a YI, is it?
No, I'm not a YI.
Okay, then that might be a problem because this fund doesn't go to the YI directly. This goes to the institute. So you
Okay.
need to be salaried employee in that institute or organization. So
Huh.
that that's the letter we ask also, right? The letter of support from the
Yeah,
institute.
yeah. No, I'm a salaried employee, except that I'm not a faculty, so I'm not
Oh
an
yeah,
investigator. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that is the major criteria for to
That is a
apply for
major
this.
criteria.
Yes, yes,
Okay, all right. Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. So I will just unmute Vijay. We'll just
Hello.
take.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Vijay.
Hi. I'm currently working at the University of Hyderabad as an young investigator faculty.
Mhm.
My question to you is this proposal and this amount that you are giving 1 lakh,
Mhm.
what kind of proposals you are expecting, like in life sciences? Because generally, if you write a proposal in life sciences, it will go for beyond 20, 30 lakhs, right? And then what I'm going to do with this 1 lakh if I write a 3 page proposal, and what kind of proposal you are expecting?
So this is to just to clarify, this is not a a research proposal. This is going to be science outreach. The
Just
outreach that
outreach.
that you will be doing, right? To take the science out of your lab. To
Okay.
it is basically the duty of the life scientist. I mean, any scientist to tell about your research to the public. So we are trying to. This is with the internet. I mean, internet even international outreach grants also give about similar amount, I believe. So yeah,
Now
this
I
is
got
like a
you.
seed
Okay.
funding that we
It's
provide.
like for outreaching,
Yes, yes.
not for the research as a.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the seed funding. You are
Uh,
free to, ask for CSR funding. You can try applying for different grants to support this project. But this is an outreach grant. Yeah.
okay. And then so how I'm going to propagate my research is the one that I have to write in this proposal.
No. So
What
again,
what what are your expectations in the proposal?
So this proposal should contain the your idea of how the research, whatever the research that you are doing,
Correct.
how that will create an impact to the society and how you're going to communicate it.
Acha.
So that's about you can have your maybe just to the Karishma's project. I'll give you an example. So wherein she brings she used to conduct a webinar and where they bring the scientists who can talk about simple science to the students. So that is kind of a project, one of the project. But there are different projects wherein like conservation project and awareness about the mental health. So yeah, different projects I mean mostly whatever you are doing in the lab, but what are the societal benefits that will have.
Okay, okay.
That is what we are trying to, yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So should we take some question from the chat window or they have been answered? Okay, thanks, Karishma. I see that most of them have been answered by you. Okay, I'll just.
No, we are all at it. Even Rohini is at it.
Oh,
We're sort
thank you.
of taking turns. But we can do live questions, Manjula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Pratiti, I will unmute you. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. It's a nice presentation. So actually, though that doubt I might not have been clear now. So this is actually outreach grant. Miss, this is not a research grant, right?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So actually, I did my PhD postdoc. Then now I'm a faculty position. So it can be a webinar or it can be a conference for the research student. Can it be like that for outreach?
So again, this is not going to be like research. No, you need not
Okay.
get the students for your research talks, right? It can be
Yeah.
creating awareness about different careers that are available in the science to motivate the
Okay.
students. That kind of
Okay.
output, definitely yes, but not the
Okay.
scientific talks.
Okay. If it is to reach student level, like to teach the AI in the student level, means school level, that is also not a part of that.
To
School
teach.
level, yes.
So if I want to conduct a workshop, where I will collect the student from the different school in my locality. So to support them they will stay maybe 2 or 3 days in my university, and their food, I will let them know about the how they can. Now is a era of the data science. So in the student levels also that government has decided to include the AI. So if we teach a little bit about AI, how they can apply it in material engineering, mechanics, robotics, and the bioscience too. Means if you think I'm a bioinformatician, I did my PhD from IIC. After that, I have 2 postdocs in China and Germany. So if I want to contact something good, let AI application in bioscience only. I
So
will teach them.
student level, school student level is okay,
Yeah,
but this is
okay.
not for a scientific conference.
Yeah,
It's not
but
a
a
PhD researcher conference.
no, but a
School
school level
student, but you
student is
wouldn't
okay.
even. It's not even a workshop. You're just giving them some hands-on experience or
yeah, hands-on
yeah,
experience.
something
But they
like
have
that.
to
Yeah.
come in my university, host university, and stay, and we have to make them food, right? So for that, I need an expense. So that I can write.
But food will have to be only a part of the expense. We
Yeah.
wouldn't support
Yeah. Food. Okay.
It'll have to
Not
support
the
the training, the
training.
materials,
Okay.
some
Material. Okay,
trainers
I understood.
honorarium, and
Yeah.
so on.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
on.
To
Okay.
get the expert, maybe expert in this field again, to address and to inspire these students, you can get give an honorarium to them. I would like to add here, so we would not support purchase of the equipments, consumables that are
Yeah, I understood.
yeah, so this
Yeah.
is mostly for doing the outreach. For example, fold scopes. If you are like, want to get the students inspired by and curious about science, so to order those fold scope, so that can also be considered. But again, just only food might be,
Yeah, I understood. It's related to like open day happen in different things. If I want to exhibition of different science equipment to the student, that all equipment maybe you can support.
Again, no, equipment which might be like research oriented will not be able to
not
support.
research oriented, like very simple, like science exhibitions for the student.
Okay.
Like that vanishing ink or something, do something with that. Means I'm telling the vanishing ink very little, very low level, like
Okay.
it's a school level. Like they can make the vanishing ink themselves and then make it.
Okay.
So this kind of may you will support.
Right. So again, there is a community, right? You can
Yeah,
apply for
definitely,
the students.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay.
Okay. I will unmute now, Isha.
Hello everybody, this is Isha. I'm from Bangalore and I'm in visual science communication. So I'm not a young investigator and like I am with ideas, but I fall under collaborators category. So how to find an young investigator with I have some ideas, we can talk, they can also have some ideas. So how to have this collaboration, how to find people
Okay.
who are interested.
So, okay. So the institute where you are working, again, it's a place to start first. And if not, we have a database of life scientists on our website. You can definitely try there. We have YIs from our Young Investigator flagship, that is the flagship meeting. So you can definitely, look for those who are even you can sort the database by location as well. So you can just try that, finding the YIs who are in the same city as well, so that you can meet and discuss your project, and if it all goes well, then you can definitely apply for it.
Okay, and the another question is like, for example, it is about video production, as you have given example. So how much production in that project you are expecting? Because producing a video can take a 1 month up to or 1.5 months. So then in an entire year, there will be limited numbers of video that will be released. So then will it be considered, or should that be again a infographic style of work which have a more production? So how you weigh them and how
So
much
then,
expectation you have from us?
yeah. So again, you need to estimate that. You need to have, you need to do a little bit of research and how much time it takes to get the videos out, and you need to also publicize it on the social media. We need to know, like, how many beneficiaries are there for each video, right? So production, you need, before production, you need to also plan, right, who is going to be in that video, how long it will take for the script and everything else. So you need to definitely work around that, and definitely not one video, so that will
Yeah, not one. Then what is the minimum should be there? That is my question. That my question is, because it also need to have a bigger impact on society and different type of groups. We need to reach them. So the data also we are producing should be in the more, like it should be scaled up already. So
yeah.
how
So
much is
you
the minimum target for you? If it
so
is
I
a
would
book,
not
like
say
how many books, or if it is a video, how many videos, like that.
Yeah, so we do not have a number for, again, minimum and maximum, but you need to justify in your project, like, how many videos that you can release. Again, if you are starting something new, that should have a continuity, right? If you then put out one video, then there should be a frequency of putting such videos out, so that the target audience that you are looking for, they are notified, and they're looking forward to such videos in an interval of certain time. So that is something you need to work on. But we do not have a certain number to say that only this much you have to do. Only you'll be supported if there are the feasibility. That is something we see. Definitely you cannot say that in 1 year you'll produce 20 videos. That will be impossible to do that within, like, with the amount that we are giving. Also, you can definitely try for external funding, as I said already. So but you need to work on the with the people who will be involved in the project. So and then check if this is feasible. You need to ask that question. Yeah.
Okay, and the last question is about the disbursement of the payment. Like, if there are three people in that team for the project, so the amount it will be used by, like, we need some software license for that. That will be utilized. Some X amount will be. So are the persons also benefiting some amount, or they are doing that for like pro bono and the project is executed? How it is seen in this case?
So as I mentioned, the amount goes to the institute, not to the person. So the disbursement of the fund also will be to the, I mean, you will also include like what is the role of each applicant in this, right? The applicant doesn't get the payment from this. So
Okay.
that is not something we support. So
That-
you can definitely pay to the freelancer who is supporting, and you can, if you are buying a mic, that is also you can include, but and even license keys for maybe Zoom, if you are doing webinars, that is something that can be included, but it will not go to the applicant and the co-applicants directly. So
Okay.
am I right, Karishma and Shweta? You can definitely add to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It can go towards the materials, the
Material.
videos, the resources, the books, the graphic design. But the
Correct.
applicant and co-applicant cannot take any honorarium from it.
Correct. Correct.
No.
Okay. All is clear. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope we could clarify all your questions. So I'll just unmute Hijaz right now, so you can go ahead and ask your question.
Hi. Currently, I work with Central Drug Research Institute, which is a subsidiary of CSIR.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm a scientist here, but my question is actually whether this is completely limited to life scientists. So I will make it a bit more clear. I am actually responsible for the academic affairs unit in CDRI, and I do not have a lab my own, but I am a faculty here. I'm a scientist here. So I'm also responsible for the outreach activities, which is related to student outreach activities and the societal program of students. Actually, in ACSAR, we have a compulsory societal program for PhD students before they complete their PhD work. So all these things are well aligning with these grant requirements, I guess. So, but I'm a physicist, like my PhD is in material science. So, yeah. So, am I eligible? That is the question.
Okay. So, but you do not have obviously group, right? So you are not a practicing scientist there, but you are
No,
employed. Yeah. Okay. So, that's a tricky question. Karishma, would you like to answer?
Hijaz, what is your designation?
My designation is a scientist. So, yeah.
Scientist what? D,
It is scientist C. So, it's like
scientist C.
Scientist
And
C.
are
So
you under a, I mean, would you see, are you in the communications office or like the grant management office or something like that?
No, I am
Or
not in the
outreach
grant management
office?
office. I am with the academic affairs office. Yeah.
No, then unfortunately you're not eligible.
Okay.
No. But if you can get, CDRI should have life scientists who are under 8 years or starting their research group. You can work with them and you can become the co-applicant.
Yeah. Okay. So that
And
will
then
increase the chances
that
of
can
getting, right?
happen.
Well,
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for making. Thanks.
All right. Next I'll unmute Shivani. Unmute. Yeah, Shivani, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Hi.
Please go ahead.
Thanks for the session. A couple of questions. One is about payments to freelancers and consultants. One thought that I had is that one could perhaps collaborate with somebody who could be a freelancer, but then that would mean, from what I heard earlier, is then that the person cannot be paid. Am I understanding that correctly? Because a collaborator cannot be paid anything. So then it's ideal for me not to collaborate with somebody with whom I want freelancing services and then pay that person. Do I understand that correctly?
So, I mean, collaborator, like, if it is a life scientist like yourself, so then, you cannot pay to that person. But if they are who are going to help you with podcast recording, editing, or who are going to help you with video editing, so they throughout the project. So those will be hired for the project, right? So they can be called as collaborators who can be paid. Is that right,
So,
Shweta? Shweta, you can unmute yourself. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that is right. So what is it's like this, Shivani. If you are hiring a podcaster, if you are hiring a podcaster, you can pay them to make podcasts. And if you're also making them a collaborator, it's okay. But just to be a collaborator, they cannot get a honorarium. If they're
Fair
doing
enough.
something towards generating the resources and they are collaborators on the grant, then they can be paid.
Fair
But
enough.
it
Fair
can't be
enough.
like with the question that Isha asked. They can't be just paid for their time on the grant. It has to be for a resource.
Okay, and so then similar to that, so let's say if there's an outreach activity that involves going out and doing workshops, say with potential citizen scientists, just coming up with an example right now, and there's somebody leading that workshop, running it. Maybe they know the language well, they have a better rapport
No,
with
then they
the
can't
people
be
from a
paid. If they
community.
are no, if they are on the grant, they can't be paid. That is their part of the grant.
Yeah.
Okay,
They can't be
but if
paid.
they were not on the grant, then they could be hired
Yes,
as the expert
Yeah.
to
yes,
do the work.
Yes.
yes.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay, okay. This is a very tricky thing because it sort of hinders collaboration to some extent. But I'll keep that in mind because sometimes people don't have regular jobs and such kind of collaborations can allow them to get paid. But the only way in this situation somebody can get paid for doing that outreach is if they're not a collaborator formally.
Not really. If they are producing something for the resource related to that outreach, they can be paid. The point you are saying is they can't just be paid for their time to go and do a workshop because they are a collaborator on the grant. They have
So
signed up to do this.
yeah.
But if they are
Okay,
creating an
okay.
infographic for that workshop, then they could be paid for that.
Okay, so but I get that. But then if I want somebody as an expert, then it's better if they're not on as a collaborator.
Yeah.
Uh,
Again, expert in the sense, you cannot give the entire or majority of the funds to that person, right? So it has to be equally divided. For example, if you are inviting that person for giving a talk for the outreach activity that you're doing, so that will go as the honorarium. Not
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, you can just think about that. Yeah.
Absolutely. But the issue would be if the person's added on as a collaborator, then they can't receive the honorarium. Right.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. That's very helpful. Another small clarification
Mhm.
on the FAQ, and I think someone mentioned now, right, in this session also, that that equipment cannot be purchased. However, sorry, I'm gonna have to turn off my video. However, in the terms and conditions, it says small equipment can be purchased. So what does small equipment mean? Does a pair of binoculars count? Is there a threshold?
So, already I mentioned the fold scope, for example, or you are, showing different, uh, so media that you want to, petri dishes that you want to show as a scientist, you want to, go to do a science outreach in the school, for example. So you might need to show the culture plate, right? For
Right.
example, if you are going to buy those, I mean, not the research materials per se or the big equipments to do the research, but definitely these small equipment that are useful for doing the outreach event, you can definitely use.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just to show the pH, so if you want to buy certain things that you would like to showcase to the school, yeah, those are eligible to, you are eligible to do so. And a fold scope micro, those fold scope microscope, I mean those, yeah, you are eligible to buy for your project. Yeah.
Thank you. One last quick question. So one of the things is, doing this for the first time, one can get an entire project idea, great, but have, get something that's unexpected in their budget table and stuff. Is there any scope for the committee to reach out and say, hey, you've got a great thing, but we don't allow these things beyond certain amounts and thresholds. Would you be willing to adjust this? Is there any scope for feedback, or whatever gets submitted gets reviewed and either gets accepted or rejected?
Yeah, because there is a committee who goes through these applications, right? So you will anyway justify for what you will be doing. In case we have any objection for a particular project, we will definitely reach out to those applicant and ask for clarification. So, but since we have seen that for the first time grant we receive a lot of applications. So, and the screening and giving feedback to each applicant would be difficult, but definitely you need to see as much as you can to justify for whatever you are adding in that proposal. So that would be the first impression, and you need to submit the impactful proposal, right? So that is what we are looking for. Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you so much.
Okay. So let's move on to Rajan Kashyap. I'll unmute him.
Am I audible?
Rajan, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Karishma. Hi, the team. Actually, I had a question. Like, everybody is talking about written students, but basically, I work in Enhance, and I'm audible, right?
Can you talk a little bit louder? Because
Okay. Uh, so can you hear me now?
yeah, we can. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, I work in Enhance, and mental health particularly.
Mhm.
Okay, and my things are not on students. It's virtually on people working in industry. So if your grant allows to collaborate with it, because like for example, I want to address people with dementia or some kind of mental health disorder that comes up in people who are working in industry, because it generally picks up at 40 to 60 years of age. Okay, and now I collaborate with an industry, and suppose I organize a fireside chat, okay, for the employees of that industry. Okay, so it's a bilateral collaboration between a government industry and a hospital. Sorry, a hospital and that one, about a private industry. Will you support that?
So yes, because there you are doing the outreach to the industry people, right?
Yes.
So that will definitely be considered. And we have Ritika Sood, who is the previous year IOG awardee from NIMHANS. You can, definitely reach out to her as well if you have, need any kind of a clarification while doing this outreach project. So yeah, but as you mentioned, they can also be the audience for your outreach work. So you can, yeah.
Okay. So one more thing, like generally, if you're organizing in within, so how do you show these bills actually? Because if you're asking somebody to give a guest lecture and everything, it will be very informal bill kind of, right? We can give them a token or a grant or like a token of appreciation, something like 5,000. Will that kind of things be considered?
You can have I'm sure every institute have their own way of these kind of fund disbursement, maybe on honorarium. You will have a slip
Yeah.
for honorarium, so you can produce that as a proof of expenditure.
Hmm.
So apart from that, you can also include any other bills associated with organizing this event. So yeah, those also can be considered.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rajan and Manjul. I'll just add one thing, Rajan. See, we don't need to see your bills. Your institute will give us a UC, SC. If your institute is ready to pay that out and
Right.
account for that in the UC, we are fine with it. You don't need to say individual payment proofs is not needed by us. Am I right, Shweta?
Yeah, we
Yes.
don't need the proof.
We don't need the proof. Your institute. Secondly, about we are actually this is IOG wants to move beyond students. We want to reach out to so many groups, which is why last year we compiled such a big ideas to inspire page. So really encourage you to look at that page. We really want to move beyond school student outreach. It often the applications are of that genre, but please do apply with different ideas.
Yeah, this definitely is a different idea. So yeah, are there any more questions? I don't think so. And thanks, Rohini and Karishma, for clarifying all the questions.
Yes, we have been trying our best, trying to get at them. But maybe we'll use the last maybe 5 minutes, Manjula, before we wrap up. What are some of your ideas? Does anyone want to brainstorm with us? Uh, sort of what kind of idea do you think you have?
Does anyone would like to share your ideas with us?
Or is everyone worried about other people taking the idea and moving on?
Because
We are still in the pre-application stage.
yeah.
Yes, go ahead, Isha. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I have two ideas and there are n number of ideas, but then I scrap in my head seeing that there are no such societal impact and like outreach should be the more. So one was taking SciAT workshops for PhD students as a stress buster for science people, people in medical field who want to try out. So supporting that with the graphic design course fundamentals, and that will be easy going than having a video production or animation production, which usually consume a lot of time. But just take pen and pencil is your asset and you are ready to go. So that kind of workshops can be hosted. And the other thing would be being a postpartum lady by myself, having two kids. I feel that there is still um, need of outreach material for women who are in pregnancy. We end up having data online. Tons of data is there, but it is not for our demographic area. So building material or resources for them would be the another project idea I have.
Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. Very different idea. Yeah. Yeah. And definitely the hands-on events, people take the information or everything out of the hands-on event than creating the videos, and then you need to do publicize it a lot to reach to the masses. So it's a great idea, Isha.
Okay, thank you.
I'll
Hope I get a collaborator or the idea materialize this. We'll see.
Yeah, I will just actually when I attend, I thought it's a research one, but now I could understand that it's an outreach. So what idea I have it now that like bioscience student or the doctors who are who doesn't know in deep of statistics and hands-on on Python has, but now the data science area, every biologist also jumped into the data science. So that I would like to conduct some like all over through not a national, even in international. Is an open webinar or open workshop to all who have a zero knowledge in coding.
Mhm.
I will try to do something that kind of things. Miss, which is my specialist, for where I can get other collaborator who can help me to do that. So I will definitely think on that side.
Okay, sure. Okay, we're at 4:53, and if there are no more questions, we can just, I'll just share my screen. Okay, just to inspire you, these are the IOG awardees from the first cycle. And as you can see, there are diverse projects that have been submitted, and they have done the outreach, and some of them have successfully taken it forward. And these are the awardees from the second cycle and third and fourth. So I would encourage all the young investigators who attended today's session to definitely share their ideas, and never know, maybe you will be in this poster next time. So yeah, I would like to thank everyone who's been part of this webinar today. And if you have, if you attended a little later and missed any part of this, we have live streamed it on the YouTube, which will be available on our website. Do check that out if you have missed any part of this webinar. So if you have any questions and clarification you would like to ask us further, so you can write to us at iog@indiabioscience.org. We will be happy to answer those. And yes, thank you so much. So let us build a better India and stay connected. We can enable change together. So with this, I would like to thank everybody. Have a good evening, and thanks to India Bioscience team as well for joining and answering most of the questions. And with that, I would like to just say goodbye. Thank you. Okay, stop sharing. Bye. stop recording.